Hey, welcome back to Nana's Baba. I'm Nana's Baba. So, in the equipment series, something I promised we'd do a highlight episode on is the phone. So this is a Chinese smartphone, an Ule phone, F-O-N-E, Ule, F-O-N-E, Armor 2S. And so you might be wondering, why are you doing that? So I did some research, and most of the companies I found that have your phone, if you take them over to China, they were exorbitant, like 25 cents in on a text, 25 cents out on a text, international roaming fees, all kinds of stuff. So check your carrier. Your carrier might be fine. But I went ahead and did some more research. And due to some of the people that live over there, one of the things that they recommended, and they said it's easier than sin, is if you have a jailbroke cell phone, that means one that's not linked or strapped to a carrier, just get a Chinese SIM card. The other one said, hey, just get a cheapy Chinese cell phone. They're cheap over here. I mean, you can get basically a decent smartphone over there for like 60 bucks in your hand with everything working. And with WeChat enabled, you can talk directly back to the US for free, send videos and all that stuff. Also, if you have a VPN. So one of the things I said I would talk about is a little bit more of this smartphone. Well, it's a rugged phone. It's got some cool features on it. It's got the power button, a push to talk button, so it's got Zello installed on it, so you can use it like a walkie-talkie. An SOS button, camera button, volume controls, a back-facing camera that kind of outdid the Apple iPhone, and a front-facing camera that was about equal to the back-facing camera on the iPhone. The toolbox that comes with this, the software is not full with a bunch of bloatware. It's got some great software added to it. It's got a great toolkit. It's got a pedometer. It's got a barometer. It's, like I said, it's a rugged phone. The idea is, as I talked about before, is none of the stuff I buy is just a one-way Charlie. It can be used for other functions. And my wife does a lot of backpacking, so this bad boy is going to get loaded up with a cheapy SIM card, thrown in her backpack, and she's got a cell phone that she doesn't have to worry about. So I kind of stress tested it myself. Dropped it off my roof on its corner, no shatters. It's Corning Gorilla Glass. Took it in the shower, listened to music every day with it underneath the shower stream, dried it off with a towel, and let it roll. So it is a really kind of robust phone. The thing that really impressed me was I was able to use the thumbprint ID even in the shower stream. So even with massive rain walking over it, it was still able to track me. More importantly, what type of apps? Well, it comes with Android 7. And so how did I set this thing up? Well, AT&T, their network in the US is compatible with the phone. So I bought a talk, text, prepaid AT&T, dropped it in SIM card slot 1. Because the thing is 256 GB expandable memory plus 2 SIM cards. And then in SIM card slot 2, I got a China Mobile SIM card, which you can buy off of Amazon. You can activate it before you go. You can make sure it's working so that when you get over into China, right before you land, you switch over to SIM card 2 and you're up and running off to the races. So what videos did I get? What apps did I get? So the first app is Air Visual. And I'll list all these. They all can be found in the Google Play Store. So it's not like go to a website, download, get codes. It's hit the Play Store button, type in the word, and it pops up. Air Visual was something I really liked because it gives not only air quality, but it gives temperature, it gives a weather report, it gives a forecast, and all this stuff all in one stop. So I pushed that button, and it really gives you some insight on what your air quality is and what it's like over in China. And it's got little icons that pop up, a dude in a gas mask, a dude in a dust mask, a dude with no mask, and it's really straightforward to let you know what type of air quality is over there. And the other thing is ExpressVPN. Did some research, and it's about the best VPN that'll work on all my devices. I'm taking an Apple iPad for Scarlett or Nana to watch when she comes back. I'm taking my laptop that I'm using right now, and I'm taking the Android phone. ExpressVPN's got a great deal, 30 days for free. I'm not going to be in country for 30 days. I use it activate, turn it off, and I got basically a free VPN while I'm there. The VPN, if it doesn't work, you got to have backups, redundancy, you know. So that's where I started taking a look at things. If the VPN's working, I have the entire Google suite on there. Translate, currency, all the wonderful stuff. If it doesn't, I have Plieco, Plieco, which is a great translate system. You can snapshot, pinion, and be able to get close to a printout. Now remember, expectation management. Is there sometimes that they're going to botch the translate? Absolutely. Is it going to get you in neighborhoods so that you know you're not ordering raw sewage and you're ordering chicken for dinner? Probably be okay there. WeChat, it's their version of Facebook, because like we talked about before, there's the Great Firewall of China. Very smart for the Chinese government to do it. That way they keep Google and everybody out, and they create their own versions of it, and they get their own money to it. Problem for us over there, you start pressing buttons and stuff doesn't work because you can't get back out. With the VPN, you route through and you're back in business with Google, hopefully. Like I said, backup and redundancy. So WeChat, the other one is China Train Booking. It's really a good app as far as I can tell. You can book trains to and from while you're over there using this app and have the tickets ready at the station when you pick them up. If you were a national, you could actually book your train and pay for your train and have paperless ticket. But for us travelers, they require us to physical pickup. But you can have them waiting at the station there for you. Another one is Metroman. Good little app for the cities you might be going to that are higher tier cities. It's got most of the major metropolitan lines already done out in English Translate. Take a look at Serpenza's how to use the subway video. He'll teach you all about the blue little button at the bottom of the screen that changes it from Pinyin into English. But also as a backup, you have this. Taxi Translate, a real good, type in your address where you're going, press a button, and show the screen to the taxi cab driver, and that's where you're going. My China Taxi is sort of has like an Uber vibe to it, where it's a group of taxi cab people that have signed up for this app. You use it. It's a little bit expensive, a little bit more expensive than hailing your own cab, but a little bit easier. It's got kind of mixed reviews on that aspect, but it's not sold as a straight up, this will help you navigate taxis. It's pretty much putting you in a network of people that are on those. X currency, I like it for a currency converter. I like it, one, because it doesn't have to be online. In the morning, you go offline with it, and it takes the last price of currency and keeps it on board and will work whether you're connected to the net or not. The best one I found is Offline Maps. Looks a lot like a combo between Google Maps and Apple Maps, but here's the beautiful thing. It doesn't have to be online. It works off of a GPS on your phone, so it says, here's where I'm at, and you download the maps. Like, I've downloaded all of China's maps onto my phone. So whether I go to Timbuktu or I'm in Huzhou, I can use this as a navigation around town. Also, what I really like about it, it has the Find My Car feature, which I can be using it for Find My Hotel, but also it has favorites on it. So step out of your hotel, hit the favorite button, label it hotel, and you can always find your way back home. And so it's kind of helpful. We'll see how it actually works in the field. I'm really interested in looking at. The last one that can't be underestimated is the State Department site, the Smart Traveler site. It's really good because you can register your itinerary, put in your hotels, and if something weirdo happens and they need to get all U.S. people out of that country, this is how they're going to send the alert to let you know. So by having that, anything that pops up or gets weird, you'll be the first one to know, versus waking up in the morning and reading or seeing something on TV and trying to make heads or tails of it. You'll get a text right to your phone that says, get to the consulate. So I'm making big broad sweeps with it, but it all in all, again, expectation management. These are the ones I've loaded. These are the ones that I'm going to use. These are the ones that I like. Like I've said, I've been studying my Mandarin enough to probably get myself thrown in jail or find a bathroom and buy a beer. But beyond that, I have double redundancy in translator, currency, map, navigation. Because the worst thing I could see is I'm not going to have a guide when I fly into Beijing. I'm not going to have a guide when I'm in Xi'an. I'm not going to have a guide, pardon me, until I reach Jinan and start in on the adoption process driven by my agency. So like I've said, I'm going over there a little bit beforehand and taking a little bit of a longer trip down. So if you like the video, like I said, like it. Hopefully it's helpful. It's one guy's opinion. It's my idea based off of year-long research. And with these apps, all of these weren't, let's just go to the latest top 10 travel apps for China. All of these apps have been researched. All of these apps I researched. I looked for good ones. I looked for ones that weren't dead, like started good, then never got updated. These are ones that people are over and over again using. And if you're with a guide, you might not need this many. If you're just flying into the town where you're picking up your child, you might not need this many. But like I said, I'm doing a little bit of a trip, pick up the kid, and get home. So just so you know what's going on, that's what I did. Other than that, leave your comments and hope you have a good night. Bye-bye.